control yourself. Take only what you need from it.
For the month of May, I read 7 books, guys. That's good. I'm not a very fast reader, so 7 books. I feel like 7 books for the month of May was awesome. The first book I read was A Queen of Zombie Hearts, which is the 3rd book in the White Rabbit Chronicles series by Gina Showalter. As you guys already know, this is my favorite series ever. This book did not let me down, and I give it 5 stars on Goodreads. It was a good installment in the series. It really was. Like, that's the stuff that happened at the end. I feel like this should have been the last book in the series. Like, I feel, because I'll get to that in a minute. I read the last book of the series after I read this one. I read A Mad Zombie Party after I read Queen of Zombie Hearts, and I feel like between these 2 books, this one shouldn't really ever existed. This one ended with how I felt the series should have ended. This one, I feel, drug the series on. I think what I really enjoyed about this one was the fact that it was from Allie's perspective. Like, I love the way Allie explained stuff and told stuff, and I feel like this one, when this one came out, it kind of ruined, it didn't ruin the series. Nothing could ruin the series, but it kind of notched it down a little bit for me because this is from Frosty's perspective. And out of everybody's perspective, why Frosty's? I mean, I get he had some things going on. He played a bigger role in the end of this book, but I mean, he was never one of my favorite characters. And if they were going to go the route of writing the book coming from another person's perspective, I feel like it should have been someone else, and had it been someone else, it would have been a little better. But these are the first 2 books I read at the beginning of the month of May. I read this one first, and then I followed it with this one, ending the series, which I still love. Still my favorite series ever. Then I read Fade, and Fade is the 2nd book in the Wake trilogy. And this trilogy is about a girl who can jump into people's dreams, and it's causing some issues with her, and she has a love interest. His name is Cable in it. This book was really good. I think I give it 3.5 stars on Goodreads because I just feel like it was good, it was fun, it was short, it was easy. I feel like Lisa McMahon could have went into more depth during the book, and I think I notched a few stars off because of that, because it was such a simple read. I didn't really retain anything from it because it was just a bunch of stuff and things. The next book that I read was Before I Fall. God. This book pissed me off. Okay, let's just jump right into this because I'm going to rant a little bit. Samantha in this book. I'm sorry, Lauren Oliver, but I can't feel sorry for someone who's such a bad person. She was mean, and she used things to her advantage, even when she was dead and she knew she was there for a reason. She was there for a reason to come back and, like, fix something. She still used people. I don't think she really understood the situation. Like, I don't think she knew how to be a good person. She had faked being who she was so long. I don't think she would know how to be real. Just the way that this was written, it irritated me. I know that a lot of people like it, and I understand that, and it could be the age gap. It could be that I am in my 20s and I'm reading this. Maybe this is directed to a younger audience in the young adult community. I don't know, but I didn't enjoy it. If you follow me on Goodreads or we're friends on Goodreads, my link is below, then you'll see what I give it, and it's just irritated me. Then I read The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. I cried. You know what this is going to be about. I mean, you go in prepared. You think you go in prepared. You think you're prepared, but you're really not prepared, because the author does so good setting your mind up to think it's going to end a certain way, and then bam, that plot twist. And like I said on Goodreads in my review, I even feel bad for rating this because it's such a heavy book and it's such an important book, and just the things that happened in the past just infuriates me. The way people were treated because of diversity, because of beliefs, because I can't stand that. If you want a book that's going to make you cry and rip you from the inside out, read this. Then I read Season Storm, which is the second book in the Grishaverse. I didn't like it. I mean, I didn't hate it. Maybe it's because I compared it to Shadow and Bone. I enjoyed Shadow and Bone so much. I feel like everything in this book could have been compacted together and added to the first book, because this book is quite a bit longer than Shadow and Bone. And a bunch of that was unnecessary, so I feel like had she just put the necessary parts in with Shadow and Bone, it would have made it a longer and a better book, especially compared to this book. This book in itself, I read it, didn't retain nothing from it because it wasn't that important. A few things happened that were important, but that's nothing that couldn't have been added to either the first book or a better second book in the series. You didn't get to see the Darkling as much as I wanted to. Mal, I'm not really a fan of his character. I think I gave it 3 stars because it is, you know, Lee Bardugo, and it is a part of the Grishaverse, and I do like the Grishaverse. I'm just hoping that the third book will be better. I'm hoping, and I've heard that it is. So I'm not going to give this series up. I'm still going to press on, but just, yeah, it wasn't my favorite. It wasn't what I was expecting it to be, which was a little disappointing, but hey, you can't love them all. And the last book that I read was Suicide Notes from Beautiful Girls. This book is trash. Like Before I Fall, the author tries to get you to have sympathy for a bad person. We start off with June. You have June and Delia. Delia is just infuriating from the beginning, but anyway, there's June and Delia, and they were friends, and they had a falling out. Delia supposedly commits suicide, and June doesn't believe it. June doesn't believe that Delia committed suicide. She believes she was murdered, so she goes on a journey and a search to finding her murderer. You find some stuff out in the book that make you question their friendship.
I don't get their relationship in general at all. Like, was it more than friends or what? Because on Jim's end, I'm pretty sure I thought it was just friendship, but then sometimes I was like, wait, are we on a more than friends? Or, and then with Delia, I was like, wait,
What is this? What is this? Like, it's friends and it's not friends, and it's lovers and it's lovers and it's not lovers and it's friends, and I was just like confused. Like, what is this? June just goes on a search to finding out what really happened to Delia, and the ending will piss you off, so just letting you know. So yeah, guys, that was everything I read in May, and like I said, I enjoyed some of them. It wasn't the best reading month. It wasn't all 5 stars, but those months rarely happen. You just have to go with the flow, and that's what I did. Didn't get put into a reading slump by bad books, but you know, I'm in the middle of reading some really good books right now, so don't see a reading slump, hopefully, in my future. But yeah, guys, I will see you guys later. Don't forget, I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and don't forget to hit that little bell when you subscribe. It lets you know I made a new video, and I will see you guys later.